let's move on to our last quickie.
Our last quickie. Yay. All right.
Darius
so,
has to answer
Darius,
first.
do you know about this, Darius? Kanye being Kanye again? Doing some Kanye ass shit? No?
I don't even know.
Yeah, you know?
I don't even know.
So Kanye West is claiming that Universal Music Group, parent company to the label Def Jam, released his new album Donda without his approval. He said, Universal put my album out without my approval and they blocked Jail 2 from being on the album. Jail 2 is in reference to the album's 24th track, Jail Part 2, which is being blocked from...
Well, why?
Because of the controversy over the fact that it features Marilyn Manson, who has been accused of sexual assault by several women, and DaBaby, who made headlines earlier in month for his homophobic comments.
Exactly.
But didn't the song show up at the end of that?
Wait. So are we upset that Universal did this? Do we feel for Kanye, or are we for Kanye?
Before you do,
Darius.
Wait, before I answer, you got to do this.
Darius is right. We need you to repeat that word. I'm so confused of what just happened.
Who's the second artist?
She said the name with an accent.
Baby.
Wait. Everyone, we're gonna mute everybody. Ashley.
DaBaby.
That's not how you said it.
Can you say it louder, as loud as possible,
What did I say?
Say
You're
one
like
more time.
the baby. Like you're like
Fran gesturing.
You did like that.
Baby.
You was like the baby.
The dingo
The
ate
baby.
my baby.
The baby.
The baby.
It's like when you know certain people, like Shane,
The little baby.
say Little Wayne, right?
This is the little Wayne had a
They say
little
right,
lamb.
or they have to, or they like overpronounce it like Lil.
Lil
I
Wayne.
don't pronounce
Lil
Lil Wayne. Lil
He
Wayne.
loves giving that
That's
good
it. That's it. Just say it
diction.
back. Good
Lil Wayne.
job, Shane. I take that back. I'm
Yeah, what the fuck, man?
I didn't mean.
He
I
meant
didn't mean.
certain
I didn't mean to
people
talk
as
about
in
people. Anywho.
white.
What you mean, you people?
I didn't say you people. I said people.
Look at him with the head snap at you.
Mm-hmm.
People.
Hey,
so
Darius.
This
how do
this
I
one, the
feel
guy
about
who was at his wedding, of course, paired the only two white people there together to walk down the aisle. So.
I
Ah.
didn't. I wasn't completely responsible for that. It just worked out that way because you guys were.
Well, what?
similar height.
Well, what?
Maybe you're the
Of
same
similar
height.
height.
Yeah. Stature.
Together because they're a similar height. Get out of here.
No, we did it in height order, and they
Okay,
just happened to come
okay.
out.
Anyway,
There's
Darius,
that
I know you had
door.
a lot to say about
Whoa.
Kanye
Saying
being
that
Kanye
you people
the
are all
other
the
day.
same size.
Did I have a lot to say? Well,
In the car.
well, I mean, we talked about it. Kanye, you know, when he lost his mother, that did a lot to him. His mother meant a lot to him. And so I remember when I heard that she first died, and I was like, oh man, this is gonna break him.
Yeah, that's
This
when he
is really,
started.
you know, and Kanye's not really been the same ever since. I'm kind of confused on where Kanye stands, especially, you know, he's to want to throw in with people like Marilyn Manson, especially claiming that he's a Christian now, and you know everything that Marilyn Manson stands for prior to being accused of the things he's accused of. I'm not really, I don't know. There's like a disconnect. I feel like with his ideologies, at least the ones that he portrays to the fans. I'm not against Marilyn Manson, even though I'm Christian like us. I'm not saying that he has to be. But I don't feel like his actions are necessarily congruent. Some of the things that he touts and he spouts as far as his beliefs go. So I just want to see a little bit more congruency. Kanye to understand where he is and what he stands for. Again, I'm not saying that, you know, because of Marilyn Manson's image and persona and what he, you know, the music he makes, I'm not saying that he has to cancel him because he's a Christian. Hey, do you? If like Marilyn Manson, do it. But I do think you have to be mindful about who you're putting on your songs, about some of the things they've done and what Marilyn Manson's been accused of. And I'm not for canceling the baby. You know, hey, let's see what he does moving forward. But
Well, he issued an apology and then retracted it for his statement.
he did retract it.
Yeah, he did.
And no, he retracted the apology.
Yeah.
I mean, he issued the
How
apology.
do you apologize then take it back?
Yeah,
I mean,
then
You
that's
stay
just weak
backsies.
sauce. That now I can't be. I can't defend you, baby. I can't defend you. I can't defend him. Oh,
Baby.
the baby. I'm gonna say it
The
like
baby.
that.
Worse. It's better
Okay.
not to apologize at all. It's so wimpy.
The baby.
I just think his persona
Yeah,
is
his
all
name
like
is Baby.
premeditated, conditioned. It's none of it's real. I mean, most
No,
likely
no.
all
I
for
agree.
I kind of feel like, I mean, he also remarried Kim at the release party event.
Yeah.
Which
he
was
he
like,
remarried her?
was that whole thing just a publicity stunt to get married, hoping you get more publicity, and then
Did
you
she
didn't?
real?
'cause
Was
no one
it
Like,
cares.
did it
real
actually
though?
really happen though?
What's that?
Did it really happen, or was it just kind of like a remake thing for the video?
I
Like,
mean,
are people
even
sure
who
that
knows? Either
she's-
way.
But why
It
is
was
she
really her.
right? That's a good question.
Well, like I thought she was leaving
Crazy
him
enough to get a
basically
song.
because of him refusing to get the help he needs. Because obviously, I think obviously I don't know the guy, but like Dara's saying about his mother, he was paying for that surgery for her to go in there, and then she didn't come out of it. And what does that do to a person's psyche? Someone who's in the limelight, who seemed to have pretty in-depth opinions on things that people did listen to and pay attention to, either in the music or just in his interviews. And now it's completely the other way with his Trump stuff, with his running for president stuff, with him going up on the stage talking about how, like, be yourself, be natural, be yourself. But his wife has more plastic surgery than anybody else. Well, not anybody else, but a lot. And then he's selling like his like hobo fashion line for like $1,000 a pop for a
The
torn
hobo
t-shirt.
fashion
But
line,
he's like,
yes.
be yourself though. Don't do what society's telling you. Don't do what the media's telling you to do. Like now he's just become like a caricature. And I was telling Darius this in the car on Sunday. It's like the Beatles always said we were very thankful because we had the other three people around us. We kept each other in check, whereas Elvis didn't have that. Marilyn Monroe didn't have that. All these other singles artists had people who their careers were these people's livelihood, so they never spoke truth to power. And I thought, at least by Kim divorcing
Bob
him,
Dylan did fine.
not everyone succumbs to it, obviously, but I almost feel like he doesn't have anyone who's really going to stand up to him. Obviously, if Kim was divorcing him, but now she's even faux remarrying him, she's not standing up to him.
Maybe she just loves him. Also, I would say
Possible.
I need to interject that I don't think him saying "be yourself" and her having plastic surgery have anything to do with each other.
I do.
Let the woman
he's
be
also,
how she is.
He's also just did a performance with all these people wearing his clothing line. He's selling it for like $500 for a shirt that's torn.
That's trash.
It's
That
like-
is worth
That
saying.
yeah.
Something like if you happen to fall in love with somebody that's got all that work, it can't be a way that other people measure you.
I
I don't know. The things he was saying though
Like
was
he's
like,
only
be
supposed
yourself.
to be with all
don't change
natural
how you
women
look.
or whatever.
That she was all natural.
But he was like, don't change how you look. Don't conform to society. You don't
Then
have to
maybe
be.
he wishes that she was, normal.
That's
Like,
possible. I mean,
really
that's
normal.
entirely possible. Yeah, that is
They
possible.
didn't really seem that happy together from bits that I
I-
saw, but I
Maybe
obviously
because
didn't
of that
keep up
too,
with the
that's why
Kardashians.
he's saying that he wants her to be normal and be herself. And
Or maybe he just
That's
means in a
possible.
way that's like not like
I think it's all
physical.
trash, all of it.
Clothes are
His
trash, though.
marriage is trash. I mean, because I don't keep up
get
with
it.
the Kardashians at all. They are, I'm just tired of seeing anything about them. So the fact that he
okay.
associated, I just don't think they don't teach anything
I
positive.
associate him with that. And
They've
the
in
Taylor
fact
Swift
gotten
thing.
more famous and rich off of literally making women feel like they need to do stuff to look like them.
Will any of you have a listen to Donda?
I haven't listened to a Kanye album in years, so I probably won't start now.
I
What
wouldn't
is-
turn it off if it was
I
on.
think
But
of what
I don't know.
Kanye song I listened to last, and I can't think.
But
of it.
10 years ago, was he someone was it apartment listening when he released a new single?
Oh, absolutely.
He was funny. I liked when he was funny, and like I think it was his first album.
His
Oh.
first three albums,
Dropout.
Stronger.
his first three
That-
albums were great.
that's-
A Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy was also great. Oh, that was great.
Mm-hmm. I think that's his best one.
Graduation was
Cameron.
my favorite.
Oh,
Graduation
that's
was
good
great.
too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love those first three. What was it? Late registration, graduation, and I can't remember the first one. College Dropout.
Yeah.
Those first three, loved
Only one
all
I
three.
knew.
Mhm.
I have to say with music specifically, I feel like I like to get to feel like I'm getting to know the artist through their music.
Mhm.
And when it's so premeditated, it's not like coming naturally from them. It's a persona. It starts to turn into something that I can't connect to as well. I think that's why I stay stuck on a lot of older music, because a lot of them were really into just expressing themselves as an
Mhm.
artist, and kind of like trying new things as they grow and doing different things. But now it seems more like I don't know these people. It's all such an act. I can't tell what's true or what's not. So,
Too much glitter and rainbows, but not like against gay rainbows, but like just too much production stuff going on and not
Yeah.
enough actual value.
You start to change after you're in that industry for quite some time. You were who you were, you know, the first 3 albums, and then eventually you start kind of pivoting into what everybody wants to see of you, and then you just see this other person come out of the bowl.
I think I watched a documentary on Coldplay like 6 months ago, and I feel like they're kind of the prime, for me at least, for the kind of music I really adore. They are the kind of epitome of a band who, like, the first 3 or so albums were like, but then they became, you can't write,
Popular.
yeah,
Get
and
money.
you can't write things that necessarily the common person can relate to because you don't live that life anymore. So
Right.
you might be writing your truth, but you might be writing your true to yourself, but you're not writing true to what connects necessarily with the audience. And for me, Coldplay in the second half of the career is very hit or miss. I feel like that's how it is with a
Mostly
lot of
miss.
but
artists.
I think the pressure is on at that point to recreate the
same
moment
feeling.
that they may have gotten. So, I think they make a decision, and some stay true to themselves, and their music kind of lasts through time because it's so authentic and original. And then some fall into the trap of trying to find the next hit, you know?
Or just like look at other artists that have the opposite experience, like Pink. The first song
Yeah.
she came out with, like,
Was like a
not
rap kind of
first
song.
is There You Go, and it was such a huge hit, but it was totally like not her actual style, and she
Manufactured.
felt uncomfortable about it. I think they were just trying to make her like Eminem.
Well, I always talk
And
about. Oh, sorry, yeah.
she eventually like changes gears and remained popular. I'm not crazy about her music, but remained popular doing her own damn weird thing that's more authentic. So like it can also
I
switch around.
do love Pink
Yeah.
because of that. And I think
feel
a
like
lot of
she'd be
artists,
your kind of artist, yeah.
a lot of artists back in the day,
I wonder
it usually
why.
was. I was like, oh, you're thinking. I was like,
Yeah, I was like,
I didn't know. I know.
Well, like-
I obviously was not
Her.
thinking. Yeah, no, she does. And it's a variation. Wait, I'll forget it. Oh, I was going to say in the beginning, it used to be that artist that was the first album was the one where it's like completely commercial. Like you can obviously tell that's not really them. They're just kind of,
The Disney
doing their
star
first project.
way of going about
Well, Charlie
it.
XCX is another one of those who like got control of her career just to a lesser extent and things like that. But I remember Pink when she first came out with like what is it called, the first song? There you go. Look at Pitiful. There you go.
It's
Men
a
were
good
like,
song.
I love that song.
It's a good song.
I was like, oh my god, look how hot she is, and like my girlfriend at the time was like, you're gross. She's terrible.
I like that
But
you were
then she took
jacking
control
off.
over her career because they were trying to like make her like the badass Britney, the badass Christina, or something like that. Like it was like, oh, she can sing,
They're
but
trying
let's
to
make
stop
her
Christina
pop.
from being a badass, though.
But like they
yeah.
were like, oh, she's like the naughty version, and guys were like eating up because she's in this like white
punk rock
jumper,
version, but
tight suit, and the guys like, yeah, and women were like, she sucks. And then she took control over her career, which is not an easy thing to do for anyone in the industry to take control of themselves. She started writing stuff that appealed to everyone. She won people over. Where
She's doing a lot more mushy
Yeah.
music.
What's that?
Like more mushy music, and then like kind of like fighter type music,
Well,
and she
just-
wasn't over sexualizing herself.
Yeah.
That's the big
like
thing is
that.
that she stopped. She took control and like because the labels they want to over sexualize. It doesn't matter who you are. It's like K-pop is over sexualized for that segment who finds them attractive. You know, for K-Town, whatever they're called, the labels just want to sell sex no matter who it is, and she took control over that. Same thing with Sheryl Crow. Like they were like, oh, she's writing her own album, the Tuesday Night Music Club.
Sheryl Crow.
But like it was like let's put her in this tight outfit and that thing and it's kind of and then she became more Lilith Fairy and became more herself kind of thing, and that's what really won audiences over because they had the talent to back it up. And I miss the days where Kanye's talent was the first thing we thought about with him, and not him sitting in the Oval Office with Trump kind of thing.
I mean, you know, he was
Does that
also working
happen?
in the industry for like a lot. He was working in the industry, making beats, like he was in there. So
He was
had a lot of
writing
time.
for everyone.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. He had a lot of time to really, you know, find his sound and say what he wanted to say. And I think we got that over the course of those first 3 albums. We got a lot of what he had been building up and wanting to say, you know, working in this industry alongside people like Jay-Z. And Shane, you were saying that he didn't have people in his ear. He had Jay-Z at one point in his ear,
He did.
telling him
I
stuff.
think
And
he fucked
he
that
pushed,
up.
right, he pushed a lot of those people that were in his ear, he pushed them away. He's like,
Yeah, that's true.
I kind of want to do my own thing and, you know, after everybody else.
I just think after you lose a mother, especially if
Yeah.
all indication would be that he probably blames himself because he was paying for the surgery. Understandably
maybe,
so.
You know, if he thought his mom was in a state where she
Yeah.
needed to get the surgery, he probably thought he was
Yeah.
going to lose her either way. I don't know. But
I think, what did you say it
reality
was,
is-
Darius? You said it was breast reduction?
Breast reduction surgery.
Oh, it was all that.
Yeah, so it was like, it was more,
That's different.
that's what I'm saying. Like, it was something that I don't think needed to happen to save her life, I don't think.
Well,
so
that
that
all
makes it maybe
depends.
even worse, you know?
That'll depend. Sometimes breast
Sometimes.
reduction is necessary because it causes stress on the neck and back and shoulders.
Yeah, and I don't trust the press. The press was making it seem like it wasn't necessary, but who knows what the truth is.
But it's
Either
not
way,
typically like a life and death.
They'll
kind of
always say that something
situation.
that,
Yeah.
yeah.
But
It's
like,
a
that's
woman's
not his
procedure.
fault.
Of course, it's unnecessary.
losing a
She made
parent
the
isn't
choice to
easy.
do it.
He named this album after her. I don't know. I not knowing him feel like he needs serious therapy. And
But
I don't
naming
know
the
him.
album after her, maybe that means that he's finally dealing with those feelings, or maybe he's publicly like.
See,
"Well,
now you
hope
guys,
so.
now you guys gonna make me go listen to this album. I forgot it was named
But
for
him
her.
posting all crazy and setting himself on fire and remarrying the woman
Yeah, I don't know about all
that just divorced him is
Yeah.
interesting. But also, like, we're talking about him, so
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
think he's necessarily a extreme genius or anything, but he might not be as crazy as everybody says, because everything he's doing seems to be working out for him. Also, like, half the stuff he's doing, I wouldn't even just blame it on like his mom dying. Sometimes people just want to do whatever the fuck they want and be independent, and I can't knock that.
Maybe we're making excuses, and he's just.
He's kind of a dick.
Yeah. Yeah, he
Maybe.
is. I mean,
He's always been a dick, though.
He has, and
Yeah.
we were okay with that as long as he was saying things that
Bring
we
it
thought
into
he should
talent.
say.
Shitting on Taylor
and now that
Swift,
he's
we're
saying
okay
things
with
that-
it.
Yeah, now that he's saying other stuff, we're not okay with it anymore.
Make America great again.
Yeah, it's like it's all fine when people were agreeing with him, and then as soon
That's
as
true.
people don't agree with him, it's like he's fucking crazy. I was like, no, he was always acting like that.
That's very true.
He has his own mind.
That is a good point.